Good morning, Gordon Dalgleish here. Delighted to have with me Barney Coleman, the club manager of the Emirates Golf Club in Dubai. Good morning, Barney. Thank you for finding some time to be with us.
Good morning. It's a pleasure to talk to you today. Thanks for having me on.
Our pleasure. So tell me, always intrigued, I started in Scotland, ended up in the United States. How did you find your way from England to Dubai? Bit of a change of culture.
For sure, yeah. I think back in the day I finished a degree in sports science and management, and my family home is Sutton Coldfield, so not far from the Belfry. Obviously hosts the Ryder Cup, I think, on 4 occasions. So I basically was working there. I worked the 2002 Ryder Cup, and the PGA national headquarters is based at the Belfry. I got to know some of the team there, and then ended up around 2003 to 2006 working for the tournament department for the national headquarters. So worked at various tournaments around the region, PGA Euro Pro Tour. I got into a bit of refereeing as well. I did my qualification with the RNA as a tournament referee. And then just again through contacts and networking, my colleague there at the Belfry, who's now a senior referee on the European Tour, Kevin Feeney, he had a contact over in Dubai, Andrew Whitelaw, who was the general manager at the time, and and then had a few interviews. And I think 1st of July 2006, I was on a plane out here as an administrator in the golf department. We were just about to open. In October, the Fowler course had been redesigned, so we were going from an 18-hole property back to 36. So, yeah, that was how I found myself here. I didn't know where I was going at the time, but jumped on a plane, and 14 and a half years later, still here.
That's terrific. So one of the things I want to try to kind of do today is put everything in context for Dubai. I mean, so many Americans, unfortunately, have not been to the Middle East and Dubai in particular. We see it on television, on European tour events, and it looks terrific, which it is. But it's just the sheer pace, the premium nature of everything that goes on in Dubai, And so you've seen 14 years or 14 and a half years of it. And, in Western world, 14 and a half years, by comparison, not as much happens. And it's hard for people sometimes to get their head around that. I don't know how much you know about the history of golf in Dubai. I remember growing up in the 70s, people in Scotland would come back from Dubai and it was still sand golf courses. And, right? I mean, so first golf course was 88 in Dubai. So what do the locals or the expats talk about in terms of kind of the history back into the 70s and early 80s of golf in Dubai?
Yeah, so when when I came over, I heard about the sand courses. So originally we had there's Dubai Country Club here, and Sharjah Wanderers not far behind that. So that was basically sand golf course where the greens would have sand and oil, and they would call them browns basically. So originally that was golf out in the Middle East. You would basically carry a little AstroTurf mat with you. The fairways would be aligned with stakes, and if your ball landed on the fairway designated by the stakes, then you could use the AstroTurf mat and then play your next shot. If you missed the fairway, you were going to be punished, and you would have a fairly sandy lie. So that was sort of how golf started. And then the first grass course in the Middle East is the Majlis course at Emirates Golf Club. So obviously very proud to work here. It opened in March 1988. And when you see some of the pictures of the plot of land back then, it was a long way from the airport. It was very much almost a one-lane road up and down from the site where we are at Emirates Golf Club to the airport. And I think people thought the vision of having the course here by the ruler, Sheikh Mohammed bin Rashid Al Maktoum, was people couldn't understand why you'd build a golf course here, but now you see the way it's been built up around it. We've got the fabulous marina. and it's really you know, a buzzing part of the town. And then, yeah, Emirates Golf Club was the first grass course in the Middle East. As I say, 1988 it opened, and then the European Tour, they hosted their first European Tour event in continental Europe, outside continental Europe here, on the Majlis course in '88, and yeah, Mark James was the first winner of the title.
You touched on any number of things there, but there's a fabulous YouTube video that summarizes from 1960 to the current day that Knight Frank, the real estate people, put together, that shows all the development and how it happened, and it starts to put it in context. I think the original airport that you're referencing was built in 1960, and the Emirates didn't start flying till '83, and so you can see that. So hopefully we'll be able to get a link into that. Now, as golf has evolved in Dubai, tourism, how has that impacted the golf scene in Dubai and just in general? How has that kind of impacted?
Yeah, I think that, again, the vision of the leadership here was, there was always a point where they knew the oil and gas reserves were going to sort of run out or be limited, and it was very much a goal to have tourism here. So I think golf, you know, and sport was definitely a path into that. So there's the fabulous number of sporting events you see here now, and obviously golf is huge, with first the Amiga Dubai Desert Classic, and now we've got the end of season finale at the DP World Tour Championship down at Jumeirah Golf Estates. But yeah, from a tourism point of view, the hotels, the second to none. You know, there's the famous Burj Al Arab, the 7-star hotel. But again, we're managed by Wassel Asset Management Group, and they have recently opened the Mandarin Oriental, which again is a fabulous property. So in terms of you know, a holiday or a leisure experience, luxury holiday is nothing better. And if you're a golfer, and you know, you're looking for restaurants, malls, fine dining, it's got everything here for sure.
So Dubai Golf, who you work for, have 3 golf facilities, and 5 courses. You want to kind of spend some time and explain how that fits together and the different elements of it?
Yeah, certainly. So we have, as I mentioned here, we have the Majlis course, which was the first grass course, '88. We've also got the Faldo course. So originally it was called the U.A.E. It was redesigned by Sir Nick Faldo back in 2006. So again, another championship 18-hole course. We've hosted recently the Ladies European Tour Moonlight Classic on there, again in partnership with Amiga. So we put floodlights around all 18 holes of the Faldo course. So again, from an operational point of view, it can be a long day. The first tee shot on the Faldo currently is being hit at 6 a.m. and then the lights going off at midnight. So we can have anywhere up to 320 rounds a day. So yeah, that's the Faldo and Majlis here. We've also got a nice 9-hole par 3 course, academy course, again floodlit. So if you're new to the game and you're looking to take lessons with our Pete Cowan Academy, then the par 3 is an excellent way to get into the game. Then we've had Dubai Creek. So Dubai Creek Golf and Yacht Club, now managed with the Park Hyatt Hotel is there as well. So again, that's a fabulous golf course along the creek. It's had the Amiga Dubai Desert Classic 2 years out of its history. That's a lovely course again, with all the facilities, 7 restaurants down there, and that has a hotel on site, the Park Hyatt Dubai. So that's a lovely spot. And then Jumeirah Golf Estates. The Jumeirah Golf Estates that opened back in 2009. Jumeirah Golf Estates has the Earth and the Fire course. The Earth course was designed by Greg Norman, and they've, as many of your customer and clients would have seen, it's hosted the DP World Tour Championship, which is the finale to the European Tour, where the top 60 players on the European Tour play the Earth course at the end of the European Tour golfing season. And they've had some fabulous winners from McIlroy to Stenson to John Ram. So that's the 3 properties, and then the 5 courses. And then in Dubai, currently there's another 6 grass courses open. So again, from a budding golfer coming to this region, you've got the hotels, you've got and plenty of choice for golf as well.
Yeah, I was first in Dubai in 1995, and it was just when you were saying about the floodlights. There was a race course that had a 9-hole golf course in the middle of it that they floodlit. Is that still in operation?
Yeah, so it was called Maidan. So it was the Maidan 9 holes, and it had the race course around the outside where the one of the I think it's the richest horse race in the world, Dubai World Cup is staged every March. So there was a period in time where that was closed for a fantastic building a new, like a hotel, and it was the grandstand for the racetrack. And then they reopened that in 2013. It was called the Track Maidan. So that was it went from Nadal Shiba, and now it's called the Track at Maidan. So that's, again, that has floodlights as well. Yeah.
The one thing that people, it's so hard to impress upon people how premium everything is in Dubai. It's kind of in the context of it started in the 1980s, late 80s, in terms of the golf experience, and there's some places around the world that have built premium experiences. Julian Robertson's clubs in New Zealand come to mind as obvious ones, but nobody has built a seriously premium kind of destination. And that's the thing that you somehow, until you've seen it with your own eyes, it's just hard to get your head around. The connection that was obviously drawn from the very beginning and part of the vision by your ruler was the connection to professional golf. And I mean, I know you've got a number of players that kind of live in Dubai and use that as the basis. Can you speak to some of that, about some of the players that enjoy Dubai and the quality of the life and the weather, etc.?
Yeah, so when back when I joined, there was a period where Henrik Stenson was a member here, and he was living here in Dubai. I think there's a story where he was playing with some of the members here, and his game wasn't anywhere near to the level it was now. So he was really loved by the membership here and forming a fantastic relationship. And we've also got currently Adrian Otegui. He's the Spanish golfer. So he bases himself here when he's not playing tournament golf. But then in terms of it's such a fantastic place to base yourself for practice as well. So when golfers might be transitioning through, they may be going from Europe to Malaysia or China for tournaments. A lot of them will base here, and they'll practice the lovely warm weather facilities, and the practice facilities again are second to none throughout the region. And again, a lot of the top guys will come and practice here. I mean, we're fortunate to have our academy in association with Pete Cowan. Pete, as you might know, he looks after Brooks Koepka, Henrik Stenson. He's been with some of the top players in the world, and still is. So we're very proud of that as well, relationship.
I think I last passed through Dubai maybe 3 or 4 years ago, and Christopher May was kind enough to show me around a little bit. And one of the things I remember seeing was that the sheer quality of build for the hospitality experience at your tournaments. I mean, it's a sight to behold. Can you kind of talk to how you deliver that? And it's certainly a step above most hospitality boxes.
Sure. Yeah. We again here it was always with a host venue, and we work very closely with Falcon. So Falcon are the promoters and the organisers of the Amiga Dubai Desert Classic and the Amiga Dubai Moonlight Classic, which is the ladies' European Tour event. So basically, we're fortunate again here. There's not many golf courses worldwide where they have the 9th and the 18th hole as a double green. I mean, all familiar probably with St Andrews, the number of double greens there, but there's not many courses globally where the 9th and the 18th has a shared green. And again, just recently, Falcon have upgraded the hospitality experience where you have hospitality chalets behind both of those greens. You know, you can go out on your balcony and you have a fabulous view of the famous 18th hole on the Majlis course. And, you know, you can see the guys coming through the 9th, coming through the 18th. The first 2 days, it's great because it's our 2T star with tournament golf. So, but yeah, it's fabulous. All the sponsors have their own chalet. They invite maybe 100 guests per day. Yeah, and it is really quite a unique spot.
So the original vision of golf in Dubai has grown beyond just the borders of Dubai, and the impact on the region. You know, Abu Dhabi, obviously, and Oman. I mean, there's so many quality premium golf courses. How have you seen that change? Kind of the visitor experience and the tourists that come in. Are they spending their time exclusively in Dubai? Or are they kind of building some trips around? I mean, I know our cruise program has been fortunate to be able to visit any number, but I mean, it's had a significant impact on the region.
No, certainly, yeah. I mean, we've Abu Dhabi, the capital of the U.A.E, so it's only an hour, maybe 50 minutes drive from us here at Emirates Golf Club. So you've got the Abu Dhabi National, so they host again European Tour events. That's the week before the Desert Classic, so mid-January. So again, that's a fabulous course, the Abu Dhabi National. There's also the Yas Links and Saadiyat Island again. So they three extremely good courses in Abu Dhabi. We now also, there's the European Tour go over to Saudi Arabia after us, and there's also Al Mouj Golf in Oman, which you know, an hour flight from here, but again, fabulous golf course, getting extremely high praise from the European Tour players the last couple of years. So again, the region, you know, in terms of golf is growing for sure.
So your membership at your different clubs, I mean, it's a very pragmatic approach that you've got. There's a membership and it's, you know, relatively very private, but you also take a lot of outside play. Do you have many local members?
Yeah, at the Emiratis, we've probably got about 25 to 30 Emiratis playing with us as members. But within the region, the Emirates Golf Federation are working very hard to grow that, grow the game and get juniors into golf. So hopefully, you know, over the years to come, we'll see the, you know, budding professionals and hopefully one day, you know, more Emiratis playing in the Desert Classic. In terms of members here, sort of member rounds is around 67%. Is member play, then local visitors around 20 to 23, and then overseas sort of 10 to 13. So we're very privileged to have a very strong membership, you know, and a lot of them have been here 10, 15, 20, 25 years. We've even got about 14 founder members still here. So that's, you know, they're just ticked off their 32nd year almost.
So one of the things that's also impressive is that you try to kind of create traditions along the way. And one of them is the clubs from the winners of the tournament, that people can enjoy that. You want to kind of speak to that a little bit?
Yeah, so again, we've been very fortunate to have some amazing winners of the Amiga Dubai Desert Classic. I think around 10 major winners have won our tournament here. And as you enter the fabulous clubhouse, which is basically 7 Bedouin tents, is the design. As you come into the main entrance, we have the fabulous Dala Trophy, which is the Desert Classic Trophy, and then next to it, or either side of the entrance, we have a golf club from each of the winners. So back in '89, you've got a Persimmon driver, from Mark James, which I think I remember having a go with one of those back in my early years. But then obviously all the way through to, you know, Bryson DeChambeau won a couple of years ago, Lucas Herbert last year. But yeah, we have lots of the local visitors and the tourists will stop and have a look at those clubs. And, you know, Tiger Woods' club's there proudly a couple of times as well. Ernie Els has won it 3 times. There's even a wedge from Seve Ballesteros, and it's like the sweet spot on the wedge is really worn down. So he obviously was a magician around the greens. But lots of people enjoy seeing that array of clubs.
You touched on it there in terms of the architecture. I mean, that's the other thing about Dubai is there's so many fascinating kind of new buildings, and the clubhouses in your collection are also very impressive.
Sure.
Please.
Yeah. I mean, the clubhouse. It's not in terms of the structure of the clubhouse. It hasn't changed the exterior much at all since 1988. We've had to extend here and there and put a new sort of banqueting kitchen in, because, you know, we were an 18-hole course with minimal members, and now it's you know, a 36-hole facility, and we have leisure members, and so it's lots to cater for in that sense. And then down at Dubai Creek, it's a fabulous clubhouse, which is actually it's actually on the national currency. So the 20 dirham note has the Dubai Creek clubhouse, which is a fabulous building. And also over in, you know, think of Abu Dhabi, when you see that tournament, it's a fabulous falcon overlooking the 18th green, which is part of their clubhouse. So yeah, the architecture, you know, and the attention to detail across the region is it's great to see for all visitors alike and locals alike. So
you've been very generous with your time. Quick final question: what do you see in the next 5 years? You've been out there 14 and a half years now. What do you hear through the vine about plans for additional golf courses or developments, or how do you see kind of Dubai moving forward?
Yeah, one of the most exciting projects we've got at Emirates Golf Club, and again, some of your American clients and customers will probably be familiar with Top Golf. So Top Golf, we're going to be opening Top Golf in around November. So later this year. Top Golf is basically it's where entertainment and golf meet. So it's a 3-tier driving range. You'll go with maybe 2 to 6 people. You'd have a bay, and you have a fantastic entertainment golf scoring experience where you're hitting the balls into targets. And then, you know, a bit of live sport, food and beverage, maybe some live entertainment. So we're really excited about that, because we do need to grow the roots of the game, and we want lots more GCC nationals playing the game and getting into the game. And you know, once they've got the bug for it, then people will take lessons, people will look at taking memberships. So the success of the game, we need more people playing. And I think the stats in America say, from a Top Golf point of view, 60 to 70% who participate are non-golfers. So we see that as an exceptional, you know, opportunity for the region to get more people into the game. In terms of golf clubs, I believe down at the Trump course, they're going to be opening a course by Tiger Woods maybe in the next 9 months there. But outside of that, we probably don't need too many courses. We've got 11 fantastic grass courses in Dubai. And, you know, if you were coming for a week's holiday and you wanted 5 rounds of golf, you could play five fantastic different courses and really experience Dubai for sure.
Yeah, I think I obviously don't know as much about it as you do, but because everything is done so premium in Dubai, there's a strong argument that you don't kind of overbuild and overdevelop and whittle down the quality of the product, because I just am a huge fan of your destination. So Barney, thank you so much for your time this morning. Good luck when Top Golf opens. That's a fun experience. They've got several of them throughout the United States, and it's always good fun. But best of luck as we move through 2020, and 2021 can't come too quickly for all of us. Take care.
That's it. Yeah. Stay safe, and thanks for having me on. Thank you.
Thanks, Barney.